Hello, quilt artisans. My name is Shonda, and welcome to my channel, Under the Needle Quilting and Crafts. So today is Thursday, so I'm here for Thankful Thursday. It was also the first day of QuiltCon. So I wanted to give you guys a little summary of how my day went. So I took the day off work, and I am attending all 4 days. So this morning started a little unusual. Adrian actually has a training he has to attend in Charlotte, so he didn't have work today. Normally, he's up and out by like 6:30, 6:45. But when I woke up this morning, it was 7:30 and he was still in the bed. And I was like, oh shoot, because I had forgotten that he didn't have work. So I was like, okay, cool. So we kind of just stayed in the bed for a little bit. I wasn't like really in a rush. I know how I'm only 30 minutes from the convention center where I live to the convention center is a 30-minute drive. That's it. But I know how traffic is in the morning because I used to drive in it to get to work. So I knew either I had to leave before 8 or I had to leave like 10. So I knew that I probably was not going to leave between the hours of 8 and 10. Even though it was starting at 10, I just didn't want to deal with the traffic. Forgive my microphone being a little close. It's telling me that it's recording lower than normal. I don't know why it's doing that, but because it is, I have it closer to me so I can make sure that you guys can hear me. Um, so I stayed in the bed for a little bit, and then I finally got up. I got dressed, brushed my teeth, um, and made my coffee. Because you're allowed to bring closed beverages, like a water bottle, anything that you can close. Just can't have open beverages, of course, because you're in, you know, an area where there are a lot of quilts. So, and fabric and stuff like that. So, um, we couldn't have anything open, which I wouldn't bring anyway. So I brought something, one of my favorite cups, because I can close it and lock it. It's leak proof. I can throw that sucker in my bag and it's not going to leak and I can feel confident. Um, and so it's about, I want to say it's maybe 9:30ish, because I'm getting ready. I'm trying to figure out, I didn't want to bring my regular purse. I wanted something with a little bit more space. So I brought, one of my crossbodies that I travel with. Um, so I'm like, I got my earbuds going, made sure my phone was fully charged, got a little backpack. I was trying to figure out what I was going to bring to eat. Um, and what I was going to do. I decided I was going to order something from Panera and pick it up on my way. So I'm getting ready to walk out the door and I start having distress in, this area here. Um, and so my body was telling me that it would be wise, prudent, necessary, required for me to be near a restroom. And I believe in listening to my body. So I listened and it talked to me. My body talked to me for a couple hours. And then finally things started to slow down to where, I felt like I might be okay to leave the house. This is around 11:45. So this is about 11:45. Finally leaving the house. So, and of course we have no phone service. I'm with AT&T. There's no phone service today. And I've got things going on. So my son has track practice. He gets out of track practice at 4:30. And then he has a band performance tonight at 6:15. And my daughter has work today. So she wasn't going to be able to pick him up. So I already knew. I mean, originally I had thought about getting him an Uber. And I was just like, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave QuiltCon early and go pick up my child and bring him home and then take him to school for his band performance. Um, but so I already knew that that's what I was going to be doing, that I was going to be leaving early. Um, so I stop at Panera. I get my sandwich, a great sandwich, by the way. It's some kind of Mediterranean sandwich. It's basically a salad on bread, but I had them add chicken because I need protein. It was a really good sandwich, though. Huge, though. Huge sandwich. I ate half of a half. And then later I ate the other half of a half. And I still have half a sandwich left. So that sandwich is going to be all I eat all day. because it's that big of a sandwich. I'll probably add some extra chicken to it or something to give it more meat. Maybe a couple of bacon slices. That might be nice. So I get to QuiltCon. Well, no. So I get to Panera. I get the sandwich. I eat half of it because I want to know how the body is going to react to food now entering because I had not eaten any food yet. And there was a moment of concern where I thought I was going to have to go home, but it was okay. And I was able to go on to QuiltCon. I was able to get premium parking right outside the door, but it was 2-hour parking. And it was like 12:32 by the time I figured out how to pay for parking. So at 2:32, I was going to have to move my car or leave because it's only 2 hours. We only get 2 hours parking there. Now there was a parking spot across. There was like two parking lots right across the street that I could have parked in, but I just kind of like this right in front of the door action because it enabled me to kind of go in and out the convention center as I pleased, which turned out to be a good thing. So I get in there. Registration is super easy. Um, you don't even need ID. You just walk up to a computer. You put in your last name and your first initial. It prints out your little 4-day pass, and they give you a free lanyard. I was not fortunate enough to get one of the swag bags. People who registered early were entered into a drawing, I guess, to get a free swag bag. Although I registered super early, like August 16th, I did not get the little blue dot on my pass, which indicates that I get a swag bag. Such is life. Um, so I just kind of wander around aimlessly for a little bit. And then I go back out to the car because then I realized that there's a bag check and you have to pay $3 for a bag. So just if I want to carry a book bag to put my stuff in, I got to pay $3 for a bag for my own bag. I didn't like that. I didn't like that because you want to encourage me to buy things from these vendors, but then you're going to charge me to bring a bag. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to sneak one in tomorrow. Don't tell nobody. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to take my book bag and put it in my crossbody because it's a collapsible foldable book bag. And I'm going to put it in my crossbody and I'm sneaking my bag in. I'm not paying $3 for a bag. Check. I'm not paying $3 to use my own bag. Now, if they was finna give me a bag for $3, fine. Or if they even sell bags for $10, fine. I mean, they might have had some modern quilt. They might have had some bags, but at the bag check, it was $3 for each bag. Mm-mm, no. Um, so I go in and I go, to the vendor area, and there's some people there, and they give me a map, and I go downstairs where all the vendors are, and I just start wandering around aimlessly, and I remembered something critical. I remembered that I don't like crowds or really people. I felt so awkward. I was so awkward. I am a shy, quiet, introverted person. And when I come on here on camera, that's different. You're not right here. There's no interaction. I can't see your face. So I can't see you, which takes away a lot of the awkwardness. And also, I'm really used to performing in front of people. I have been performing in front of people my entire childhood. Every school play, I was in it. Every chorus, I was in it. So being in front of people is something that comes very easy to me. I have no issues with public speaking. For my job, I have done many trainings and conferences and tutorials face to face where I am standing in front of people and I am giving them information, and I can do that. And that's what this is. And I'm very good at that. I can do that. But you get me face to face with somebody, girl, for anybody who met me and thought I was awkward, I want to apologize to you, and I want you to know that this was not a you thing. This had nothing to do with you. This has completely to do with my personality or lack thereof. I ain't got a lot of it. I'm not, I am not, I've never been a personality. I've never, you won't, if you ask people about me, what can you say about Shonda? But great personality is not going to be something that somebody says. Smart, reliable, loyal. These are things that I want to get. Um, Charming personality is not one of, it's not, that's not a gift that God gave me. He gave me a lot. He did not give me that. Now, if Adrian had been with me, he probably would have walked out knowing everybody's name because he's that type of person. My sister's like that too. There are these people that, and my Aunt Dot is like that. There are these people that they give off friendly vibes. Their vibes just say, come talk to me. I don't give that out. My vibes say, stay over there. Mm-mm. Stay. I'm good here. My box, your box. That's what my vibes say. And so to be there by myself with no ability to communicate was extremely awkward. I was awkward. I felt uncomfortable. Um, so I met Donna over at Handmade by Yang with Donna. She called me Claudia, of course, because she tends to call me Claudia. I did say my name was Shonda because I just feel like I have to say that. I got to meet Stephanie from Memoirs of a Long Arm Quilter, and I know I was extremely awkward. Um, I got to meet Vanessa over at the Crafty Gemini. She is an OG in this crafting space. She's been around forever. Um, and so I got to meet and take a picture with her. I saw Gudrun over at GE Designs, but she was surrounded by people and I did not know how to get in there. Um, I saw Brittany Lloyd over at those are the people I fangirled over. Brittany Lloyd over at Lo and Behold Stitchery. I saw her booth and froze and lost the ability to move or speak. I was in people's way because it really feels like you're meeting celebrities. Even though they don't feel like celebrities, it feels like you're meeting a celebrity. And so she was surrounded by people, and so I didn't get a chance to talk to her either. There were a lot of booths there. There was Janome, there was Juki, there was Cotton and Steel, there was, of course, Gudrun and Lo and Behold, and um, just so many vendors. They're all on the sheet, the directory that I have, that they're all on there in alphabetical order. There were places that I had never heard of, places on the other side of the country. There was some fantastic hand-dyed yarns that were so expensive. First of all, everything there is top dollar, except for the Via Rosa. Because y'all know, I mean, maybe you don't know, but Via Rosa, their fabric tends to be a little more reasonably priced than some other people. So the standard fat quarter price was $3.50 and the standard half yard price was like $6.25. Um, I did buy some stuff. I got this QuiltCon pen right here. Y'all can't even tell it says QuiltCon, but it says QuiltCon. But I didn't look at the prices, right? Because I got a pin and a pair of socks, right? These two things. I bought these two things just because I wanted something that said QuiltCon and I wanted something that said Modern Quilt Guild and I thought that would be fun. So I brought my stuff up to the register and then she told me it was $34 for a pin and a pair of socks. Top dollar. Top dollar. I think I am going to print some labels tonight in case I do meet some people that I am able to talk to, I can give them something that has my IG and my YouTube and my Facebook on it and my email address, because like that's what Donna had. And she was giving away these little QuiltCon things here. I'm assuming this is a sticker. And Stephanie over at Memoirs of a Long Arm Quilter, she had these made up that have her first and last name and her website address. These little stickers made up. I had nothing to advertise myself. I had no personality to advertise myself, and I had no stickers, no labels, no nothing. Um, so I think what I'm gonna do here. Of course, I'm thankful I made it to QuiltCon. If you're unclear what I'm thankful for, I'm thankful that I actually got to go. I'm not really going to talk about QuiltCon itself. I'm going to talk about how I felt and what I saw. I might talk about the different vendors and booths. There was some incredible stuff there. I'll talk more about that tomorrow. But today, because I'll be able to take more pictures, I think tomorrow. Today was really difficult. It was just, there was, and the thing, today is Thursday. This is day one. I'm imagining that the biggest day is going to be Saturday. So if there were that many people there today, I can't imagine how many people are going to be there Saturday. Like I couldn't even get into some of the booths that I wanted to get into to look at stuff because they're not large booths and they have tables and things set up. And so it's like if 5 people are in a booth, that there's no space. You're like squeezing, and I'm not that I can be squeezing through tight places, okay? I'm not small. Like tiny people, y'all can just kind of, excuse me, and y'all can scoot through. If I do that, my whole derriere is going to knock out one of the display tables. So anyway, um, so I'm really concerned about Saturday now and how busy it's going to be. Um, I'm concerned. I'm concerned about how many people are going to be there. It did seem today to get there was a little more space, like, because I went and sat in my car for an hour. Like, at about 2 o'clock, I was like, it's too many. It's why I don't go to carnivals, like, or the state fair, because it's like, I feel, scrunched. So at 2 o'clock, I went and got in my car and I sat in my car for an hour. And then I left at 3 and then I went back in for like 45 minutes and I came out and I had to go pick up my son. So I'm gonna have to figure this out. The last thing that I'll say is this. I think that I would have been less awkward if I wasn't alone. Like I came really close to, because I saw other people walking around by themselves too. And I came really close to just walking up to some random stranger and being like, hey, are you here by yourself? Me too. You want to walk around with me? Because like, I feel like they should have like a singles area. Like QuiltCon should take one of one of their ballrooms, whatever the rooms they're using, and turn it into like a singles room to where like if you show up alone and you don't want to be alone, like where you can go there and maybe find somebody else who also doesn't want to be alone that you can kind of, walk around with. Like I think that'd be a really good idea because then at least even if you can't get into a booth because it's crowded, you're not just kind of standing there alone waiting for people to move. And people don't really move there. There wasn't a lot of movement. Like it's like people will just be in the way and not even realize they're in the way. So I didn't really I wanted to take pictures of all of the quilts. There were so many great quilts. I didn't even get to look at all of them. And honestly, I wasn't trying to look at all of them because I got 3 more days and tomorrow's a long day for me. So tomorrow I'm definitely going to park in one of the parking lots. I'm probably going to look at getting there at 10 because I have a class from 6 to 9. I didn't go to any of the lectures today. I didn't go to any of the workshops today. I do have one tomorrow from 6 to 9. I'm regretting that I chose that class time If I had known more of what to expect, I wouldn't have chosen that class time. I would have chosen something earlier in the day because I'm not really jazzed about getting out at 9 p.m. and driving home tomorrow night. I don't like driving at night, and the older I get, the less I like to drive at night. It's harder for me to see. I feel very uncomfortable. Um, but at least it's a short ride and there's not a whole lot of twists and turns for me to make. So, and it's an area that I'm vaguely familiar with. So, like the Raleigh Convention Center is where my daughter's high school graduation was. So, I mean, yeah. So that was day one of QuiltCon. So I guess tomorrow's video might not might end up being really late. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't want to talk about QuiltCon itself. I just want to talk about, I guess my day-to-day videos, day 1, 2, 3, and 4, will be about my personal experiences and not really how I feel about the event itself. So I want to experience the full 4 days before I talk about like QuiltCon as a whole and how I feel about it as a whole and what I thought was really good about it and what I thought could be improved. So I'll talk about that stuff at the end of day 4 and just do a big wrap up. And that's probably also when I will show what I've purchased. I've already spent way too much money. Already. Not that it's hard to do. If a pin and a pair of socks cost $34, it's not hard to spend too much money. You don't have to buy many things. But I bought one thing that was very expensive. I bought some other smaller things, but I bought one thing that was very expensive. I could not help myself. And so I'll show all of that on Sunday because I'm sure I'm probably going to buy more things. So I will wait to show my QuiltCon haul and my overall thoughts of the experience as a whole. So that is it from me, and I'll see you guys next video.